classes. Okay, now it really should be straight. Not really even sure why that happened. But hey, y'all let me know if you can hear me now, because I actually I wasn't part of the broadcast. I told y'all, man, these things happen. And you know what? I've been watching some guys that's been doing this thing. They've been good. I mean, I'm talking about they've been going hard at it. Doing their thing. Thank you, Miss Bowie, man. So I've been watching these people, and they really, I mean, man, they got this whole podcast thing down. And so I've been watching them get taking notes or whatever, but I also been looking, and I say, you know what, the same problems that I have, these guys that that's just been doing this thing, I see that, that they have it too. Now I'm not making excuses for it, but what I am saying that it do kind of it allows you to and thanks, brother. It gives you take some pressure off you and say, it ain't just you. Things just happen, and you got to just take that, and you just got to keep rolling with it, keep moving with it, and not let it get in your head and start talking to you. Say, hey, maybe you shouldn't even do this. You can't even get your audio right, So I had to curse that thing, and you know what? I see God's grace, because He said, you know what? I want you to go watch that video, and I want you to realize that it ain't just you, Eric. It ain't just you. So I got an opportunity to do this thing over again, and I'm gonna do it better. Okay, all right. So, man, good thing for cell phones, but 5, 4. Let's do it like this. No. Once again, I am back. My name is Eric Kirk. I am your host. I'm also the author of The Power Too. I came on today. I want to talk to you guys about a subject. I want to invite you to my podcast. Listen, my next podcast, we're going to be talking about this interdependency. We're going to be talking about, this interdependence, and we're going to be talking about this independent. The question is going to be really, does being interdependent, does it make you weak? And does independent, does it really make you strong, or do both of them make you weak? We want to pursue that, because we are deep into this Fight for the Family series, guys. Listen, God put on my heart a long time ago, to champion the family. Okay, and I'm not just talking about being an advocate for the husband, or being an advocate just for the wife, or being an advocate just for the children. All of those are important in its own right. But then God created something called a family, and I believe in all my heart that the family is being under attack right now. I believe those values are being under attack. And I believe God just put me, and just put me. He said, Eric, I want you to go out there, and I want you to talk to the people. I want you to be my voice piece, and just talk to them about these important. So I'm going to be dealing with some things. I'm going to be talking about some things that I see, that some things are going to be good and some things are going to be bad. Listen, before you can come today, you got to deal with the night. So there's going to be some dark things and some bad things and some things that maybe I'm going to be uncomfortable saying. Maybe you're going to be uncomfortable listening to. But guess what, guys? Guess what? Joy will come in the morning. So we just got to hold tight, because I'm going to be dealing with this thing. I'm going to do the best I can as God reveals this thing to me. And so, but this next episode, and I need you guys to join me on that. I need you to help me, help me, bring this out. See, what I believe, guys, I believe that it's not just me. I believe that there's a remnant of people who just been waiting for an opportunity to stand up, to hold up that bloodstained banner, that and just represent, because see, this is what I know. I know if I say, hey man, I'm gonna do something, just radical, crazy, however you want to say it. If I want to do something negative, I want to do something mean and nasty, there's a good chance that I have a lot of people that would cheer me on, whether it's good or bad, whether they for me or against me. What I do know is that the way this social media thing works is that, man, if I do something that's crazy, then people will come out in droves just to watch it. The likes and the shares and all that other good stuff will just be all over the place. I do know that, but see, that's not why I'm here. See, I'm not gonna fall on the side where it's talking about men are always right and women are big bad evil women always wrong. That's not what this is gonna be about. I'm not gonna be about women being always right. We didn't have those guys, and I don't think it really did us any justice. To have a platform where we're looking at one gender being right and everybody else being wrong. We didn't do well with that. It's not working. Okay, because see, this is what I believe, and this is what I believe that I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna take all those extremes and I'm gonna dissect them, and I'm gonna bring a balance to it. Because see, this is what I realized, guys. I realized that neither one of them are wrong. They both are really speaking from whatever hurt that they experienced. And maybe it wasn't even hurt, but they maybe they watched somebody, and they say, what, based off of what I seen, man, this is what I feel. And I can't argue with that. I can't say that is wrong. I can't say that, guys. But what I do know is that, man, when it comes to the scripture, when it comes to the word of God, man, I'm gonna bring a balance. See, God called me to bring a balance. See, I'm gonna take both of those extremes, and I'm gonna break them down, and I'm gonna merge them together. I'm gonna show you where, yes, 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 there is a problem with the modern day woman. There is a problem with her. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you that her problem, she didn't get there on her own. Okay, she didn't get there on her own. If y'all see me looking over here, it's because my monitor is here, and if there's any messages, I wanna catch them over there. And I don't have my glasses on, so I don't even know why I'm looking. But that's a whole other story. But see, I want you to understand that woman, that modern day woman that we talk about now, that we look at and we say, what, she's the reason why, that the family unit is faltering. Man, she got there. She didn't get there on her own. There was we helped her get there. And see, I want to bring groundless to that. I can't say that she's all bad, because I understand that there's a reason why she feel the way she do. And then I can look at the man and I say, listen, man, I know what you're going through. Man, I lived the life you living. So I totally get it. I know what it's like to be in your skin, black man. I know what it's like to for everyone to expect so much from you, but you got everybody that's attacking you. I know how it feels to go to drive home late at night and you just say, what, I'm gonna take the long way home. I know what it feels like to sit out in the driveway and just say, man, do I really want to walk into the house? I know what that feels like. So I know where your pain comes from. And I know that when I look at the modern day woman, I say, I can hear her say that, man, I wouldn't have to be so independent if the man would just step up and do his part. And there's no way in the world you're gonna convince me that that's not a valid reason. See, that independent woman just didn't come out of nowhere. Now, is she wrong? Yeah, she wrong. But I'm not saying that I agree with her. What I'm saying is that I understand her. And we're not gonna get anywhere. The family is not gonna get anywhere just pointing the finger at somebody. We're not gonna win that way. Man, we are in a fight. This fight is spiritual, and we're not gonna win if we just start pointing fingers at each other and say, you know what, this is why I'm hurting. This is why the family is suffering. It's because of you, wife. It's because of you, husband. See, we'll never win that way. You see, I believe that if we come to the table, maybe we need to just maybe just draw a line, or I don't know how you want to put it, but maybe we just say, for right now, we're gonna call it true. We're not surrendering. I know we're not ready to surrender, but can we do a ceasefire? Can we just just say for just for a minute or two, can we sit down at the table and reason with each other? Can I have a conversation with you, black woman? And are you that done with me? Are you that upset with me to where you can't have a conversation with me? Are you that independent? To where you're gonna feel like that? It's a weakness to you to sit down and talk to your brother, and see what's going on with him. My brothers, listen. I know you have to put on that cape and you have to perform, and sometimes you just don't feel like flying. Man, I get it, but can you take a minute and sit down with your sister and just talk to her? Because see, what I believe, when you hear her, when you get beyond all the rhetoric, all the nastiness, all the hey, I can do bad by myself, and I could if it was gonna be like this, then I would have just stayed single. Once you get past all of that, man, I'm gonna tell you what I see. I see somebody crying out. I see somebody hurting. I see somebody that's so scared because because listen, they're uncovered, they're unprotected, and the only and any time that I growing up on the north side of Bessemer, Robertstown, the field. See, I knew that, man, you can be in a situation where you're scared. I'm talking about, man, you're just scared, but you can't show fear in Bessemer. I know some a lot of other places, but you can't show fear. So you have to put on this face, and even though that deep down in your soul you were just scared out of your wits, but you had to talk the right talk. And sometimes if you talk the right talk, it was just enough for you to survive. Oh yeah, it came a time when you had to fight. It came a time you had to do that. But most of the time, man, if you just did, that if you just fought, if you just talked the talk, that was enough. You know what I'm saying? So when I see that woman, I see somebody who's saying that, because I've been fighting and losing and losing and fighting and losing, and I'm so tired to now, man. I decided that, man, that I'm not being bullied anymore. Man, I'll just do this thing on my own. If I have to put on a fake, smile and say, hey, I'm okay, then I'm gonna do that. But what you're not gonna do is keep fighting me and hurting me, man. And so she put on her makeup and get her nails done. She go and get her feet done, and then she show up and she says, "I'm okay." She said, "I'm living my best life." She said that, you know what, black man, you wasn't there for me, but it's okay because I come from a long line of strong women, and I would not let them down. I would not let them down. I'm not going to be the one that ruins it for all the other women. So I'm going to put on this face and I'm going to show up and I'm going to tell everybody that I'm okay. But I'm telling you, I've been on the playground and I've seen that face before. And what I'm saying to the men is that, yeah, they're gonna insist. I mean, I'm talking about tooth and nail that they okay, Elvis. They're gonna say that they good, and I'm living the best life, and I know some of them believe it in all their heart. But see, this is what I'm gonna do, Elvis. This is what I'm gonna do. See, I'm gonna go back to what the Word of God said, and see, what I know something real simple. And when I dealt with it in my book, my book have 8 revelations, on why the power of 2 is so important. I got 8 revelations, but guess what revelation number 1 is? Revelation number 1 just simply says, man wasn't meant to live alone. And when I use that word man, I'm talking about the universal man. I'm talking about man and woman. See, this is what I know. This is what I know. I know that God could have just made Adam and just made a whole bunch of Adams. I'm just saying he could have. God is God. Come on, guys. He could have did what he wanted to do. He could have made all of us non-specific, and we would have did whatever he wanted us to do. Listen, if you don't believe in the Word of God, I'm talking about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you don't believe in that God, this is not going to be the place for you. So, I'm not apologizing for that. I'm done apologizing, for my faith. Because see, what I realized, Elvis, Shauna, that I'm on social media and I see all these non-believers, all these people, they mocking God, they mocking Jesus Christ. They mocking him. They're making a mockery out of him, and they're doing it with boldness. And I said, shame on me. Shame on me. Because if they can be so bold and talk against the word, then I should be able to be just as bold and talk about the goodness of God, the goodness of him. I should be able to do that. Ever said that that's a big discussion. I'm sorry, I told you I got my glasses. I listened to a little bit of Dr. Umar go deep about this independent woman. Man, you got that? Send that to me because I don't believe in reinventing the wheel. If I got a brother that's going hard on something, then I'll just share what he got to say. But see, here's the thing, guys. When I first started this journey, I thought that I was really on it by myself. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I started writing my book, one of my biggest fears, guys, was, man, why in the world would you, in this time, what you see right now, why would you buy a book on relationships when everybody is running away from relationships? God just simply told me that that's the reason why. That's the reason why. I listened to a couple of nights ago, and I promise you, word for word, I would have sworn up and down they read and studied my book, and they did this broadcast off of it. Now I know they didn't do that. Well, they could have, but I don't suspect they did that. What I do suspect is that the Spirit of God is moving through this land. I believe that God is saying, I see this gender war going on. I see this gender war, and I see the two extremes that's lining up. You got the Kevin Samuel against the modern black woman, and they're battling each other. And I look at them, I say, yeah, they both doing their job. They both doing their job. I ain't mad at either one of them. I'm not mad. I promise you that. I said, but I gotta sit here. I have to help for you guys who have drawn the line in the sand and said, you know what, I'm on the side of this modern woman because that makes sense. And then the ones that's on the side of the Kevin Samuels of the world, I mean, not just him. There's a lot of strong brothers that's out there with this same type of mentality. Man, they're not wrong. But what I believe is that I believe that Kevin Samuel conversation is making that modern woman stop and say, you know what, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I'm thinking a little wrong. And before it gets bad, before we destroy the family, what I want to do is just bring those two together. I want to bring them to the table and say, listen, neither one of you guys are wrong. You're just speaking from your hurt, from your experience. And honestly, guys, I'm thankful for that. See, anybody that know anything about me know that, man, I've been doing this for a long time. A long time. You know, now I decided to take it here, but I've been doing this for a long time. Over 10 years. Over 15 years. So if somebody come and say, well, Eric, man, you just trying to jump on the bandwagon, then I can understand it. I can understand why you said it. But the truth of the matter is, no, sir, no, ma'am. I've been doing this for a long time. God put the family in my heart as a ministry a long time ago. A long time ago. And then somebody's gonna say, well, Eric, man, you just went through a divorce, man. You know, man, and you want to talk about fighting for the family. How can you? Why should you? How dare you? Oh, my brother, my sister, man, I'm so glad you asked. Because see, that divorce didn't stop. It didn't stop anything. Yeah, man, Satan wanted to tell me that, you ain't got no voice anymore. He wanted to tell me just to stop. Ain't nobody gonna listen. You're a failure. That was the big one. You're a failure. How can you talk about who wants to listen to anybody that failed in that area? And see, God just reminded me that everyone that He called that made an impact, He said they all had flaws. They all have failed. You're not going to be any different. You're not no different than David. You're no different from Abraham. You're no different from Moses. You know, they all had issues, and so you just joined the line of people who have issues that did work for the word, for the Bible. For God, for the kingdom. You're just gonna join that list. And I said, oh, what a mighty, mighty fine list to be among. See, I realized that, Eric, you're just a servant. So when I looked at all, when I got past all the hurt and when I got past all of that inner battle in my head, I came out and I was strengthened because God gave me a he gave me a new voice, because I was in a era where I championed men, and I wanted people to understand what it would be like, or what men go through, living in the cave. We talked about that cave life for a man, And I wanted all the women to understand that there's a reason why a man goes in the cave, and don't take it so personal, because he's not there because he's trying to hide from you. Although there is a place or provision for a man to hide in the cave, but it's not just because of you, wife. Sometimes he's going to hide in the cave, because just the world is attacking him, and so he go to his cave and he say, I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna escape some stuff, So he goes in his cave, and I explain what that cave is like, and I had I talked about that woman that wept at the well, and I talk about how a woman, where a man goes and isolate himself, a woman, she goes and she have to surround herself with her sisters, and they weep at the well, they cry together. And if when I look at the modern day woman, and the reason why I know that she's hurting is because what I looked at, and I seen this spiritual, Shauna, I seen this in the spirit realm. Elvis, I seen this, and I said that that modern day woman is weeping at the well, but the well is social media. And the well, because see, what I noticed is that the modern day woman has really mobilized, and they doing some mighty great things together. They doing a mighty great work. Now the problem is that because of this mighty work, they feel a need to separate from man. And just on this side note, is when a man could do a mighty work, and he'll bring it home and lay it at the feet of the woman and say, "Look what I did." And then, but this modern day woman is saying, "Hey, I'm gonna do a mighty thing, but I gotta do it separate from man." And I know she's doing it. She's at the well, and their congregation at the well, they're grouping up, and they're crying, and they're calling out, and sharing all of their woes. And that well is a wet place from all that tears. So I get it. And that's why they're doing so well now, is because they coming together on that, just like they always did. They come together and they weeping at the well. But understand that they're weeping. But see, they're showing a different side. They're saying that there's I'm not going to be defeated this time. I'm not going to be defeated this time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get up out this bed, and I'm going to get my hair fixed. I'm going to dry my tears. I'm going to show up in the world, and this time, man, I'm going to make this thing happen. I'm going to do it for me. I'm going to do it for my kids, and then no man is going to stop me, man. And I promise you, I salute that. But see, the deal is, guys, is that when this stuff happens, man, is it going to destroy the family? Is it going to destroy, or your actions, man? Is it destroying the family unit? Woman, your actions, is it destroying the family unit? God established it. God created Adam. God created Adam. He did it perfect. Adam was perfect. Understand that. First question, Adam was perfect. Man, I always say that God looked at Adam and said, "Man, this is the apple of my eye." I look at my son and I say, "Man, my son is the apple of my eye." Man, I'm so proud of him. Man, perfect. But then I want you to understand that in all of Adam's perfectness, I'm just being funny. But in all of that, guys, listen, God said, "Man, Adam, man, you are so perfect. But in order for you to live out, your purpose that I create you for, in order for you to be the best you can be, Elvis, In order for you to be the best you can be, Eric, man, you're gonna need some help. You're gonna need some help. And see, this is why I know that I know that when God said man is not meant to be alone, because see, he said, man, I'm going to create you a helper. Man, listen, there's nothing weak about that. There's nothing weak about that, because as good as Adam is, as good as Adam was, God said, man, I know that you're not going to be able to do this alone, Adam. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you that X factor. I'm going to give you that secret weapon. He created, he created Eve for him. So I already know this whole, man, I can be single and I can do this by myself. I already know that it's not the truth, because it's not what God intended. So how you gonna tell me that you modern woman, you make the statement, and every time I hear you say, man, I don't need a man, every time I hear you say that, I'm like, how in the world could you say that you believe in the word of God, but yet you really feel as if you were the only one when God created all these other people? His original intent had nothing to do with you. All these other people that can connect and do great things. See, I know when you say, well, 54% of the marriages end in divorce, but yeah, but that's not everybody. Everybody, somebody is living a great life together. And see, what I want to do is bring that balance back. What I want to do is just bring that balance back and just say, you know what? Even though it looks crazy, even though it looks like all hell has broken loose. Even though it looks like there's no hope. Even though it looks like hey man, the family has taken a knockout blow. Even though it looks that way, see, what I believe in all my heart is God is saying, no man, the gates of hell is not going to prevail over what I have established. It's not. See, there can be collateral damage. Okay, there can be collateral damage. There can be collateral damage, and this is where we come in, guys. This is where we come in at. What we're gonna simply be saying is that you know we're gonna acknowledge our partner. We're gonna validate their fears, their concerns. We're gonna sit at the table. We're gonna bring a balance. We're gonna bring a balance. See, selfishness is not gonna win. We can't do selfish in this season. In this season, it's got to be about love. It's got to be about the commitment. Now listen, this is not that message for people that's playing house. That's a totally different message. I'm talking about those ones who have established a family and want to keep their family. I'm talking to them guys, but I'm also talking to the ones who say, I'm going to literally do this thing totally opposite, how God said. And I know that you're gonna be able to pull whatever you want to pull and pull and prove a point and say, yeah, this is why I can do this thing by myself. I get that. But just let me be the first to tell you that you're wrong. Not going to be what God has put. You may it may feel like you winning, But at some point, man, you're gonna realize that you were so wrong. And all I'm doing is trying to say, you know what, before it gets too late, man, let's go ahead and sit down and have this conversation because I don't want to see you. I don't, it's not saying that you can't be alone. What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this. Is it low? They say my volume is gone, and I really don't know why. I did a lot of talking. That's up. Hmm. Hey, anybody, I'm about to end this up, but y'all let me know. Shauna, let me know if my volume is still gone. Elvis, let me know. Whoever's on, just put in the chat if you're having the same problem that Shauna just posted on. Because I don't know. Okay, okay, I'm good. Okay, I don't know what happened, but I definitely appreciate it. But that's a good segue to go ahead and end this. Um, so this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to inbox me, okay? If you want to join this broadcast, um, this is probably going to be a Sunday broadcast. I'm not totally sure, okay? But let me see, because I have to blow this up in order to read it. Okay, it was just a brief in and out. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. You got my back, and I really appreciate that. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. Inbox me. Okay, we ain't gotta have no long conversation. I just want to know if you want to be a part of this broadcast. We're gonna do it on Sunday. I'll let you know the time, and if it changes from Sunday, I'll let you know that too as well. But I want to talk about the fight for the family. We're going to be talking about this interdependent versus this independent, and we're going to answer the question: does it make you weak? Does it make you strong? We want to explore that, and the reason why I'm deciding to do it this way because I'm not just going to rush into this thing and say, what, this is what it is. We already know what the word of God says, but we're going to process this thing, okay, and we're gonna come to an understanding. I told you from the beginning, we're gonna be getting a balance, okay. This is what we need. Now, I'll just say this. Um, at the end of the day, the thought is being positive, being I want to leave hope. I want to leave hope. Okay, so if you want to be a part of this broadcast, I want you can definitely have your opinion. Okay, whether you identify with the modern woman or you just identify as a woman, or you maybe you identify with the Kevin Samuels of the world. Okay, either one of those, I promise you, is okay. But I'm looking for people that can have they on their side of the ring, but they're willing to meet in the middle and reason together in order for us to find a solution. I believe that that's where we at. Okay, so once again, everybody, if you're in this area, I want you to meet me at the Von Braun. I wish I knew what hall we're gonna be, but we're gonna be doing the Women's Expo. Um, my girl Tiffany Draper is over that. So if you guys know her, you know that she's gonna be putting on an amazing event. And hopefully you guys will come out. I do have a few books left, and I don't plan on taking any home. I'm gonna have t-shirts. We got some amazing deals. So you need to come out tomorrow. This is tomorrow. Okay, I think it's gonna be from 9 to 3. Don't quote me on that because I'm horrible with that type stuff. But I know it is tomorrow. I know it's gonna be at the Von Braun, and I know you don't want to miss it. Okay. So my name's Eric Kirk. I am the author of the best-selling book. Man, yeah, the best-selling book, The Power of Two. 8 revelations on why. Man, 8 revelations on why God designed you the way you did, the way He did. 8 revelations on why the power of two is important. The 8 revelations on if you want to live a purpose life, with your mate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it goes all over the place. You want to come, you want to get that, and if you can't make it, go to my website. It is www.thepowerof2x.com. And man, I'll see you tomorrow. And stay tuned because this broadcast is going to come in hot and on Sunday. And I'll talk with you guys later. Love you.